Just want to start with, obviously, last game was against Edmonton, a couple good days of practice here. What are the areas of execution that you've been emphasizing to the guys the last couple days that need to be cleaned up?
Well, I mean, we feel like we spend a little bit too much time in our zone, but certainly we've talked about that. And again, we've worked on our special teams, and as we've talked about all week long here with with you guys, I think just focusing in on getting back to work here.
And I know you were asked about Yanni Newman a little bit the other day, but what kind of parts of his game are you hoping he can lean into more whenever he gets back into action?
Well, as I've said over and over again, Yanni, we need, he's a guy who needs to score goals, so we need him scoring goals. And, I think from a systematical, structural standpoint, he has to be solid and spot on with that. I think as we go along here, he's growing in that area. So, the one thing about Yanni is that I'm not worried about is his compete level and his willingness and his want to get pucks and to own pucks. So, I'm looking forward to seeing him play.
What have you thought about Jared McCann's game since he's been back and kind of getting back into the mix?
Yeah, I think that, he's getting his legs under him. Obviously, it's been a bit of a tough season with some of the injuries starting in training camp, but certainly, I thought he looked good. I thought him and Beniers and Eberle looked good the other night in the third period against Edmonton.
Lane, you spoke the other day about the Dallas game and how well the team you thought had played against them and how well they had done to position themselves where they are now. And just in context of where this season is, how big picture do you get with these guys when it comes to, let's say, not letting a few bad games morph into a streak that could be harmful?
Well, yeah, no, there's no question. I mean, as we've talked about, it's tight. It's tight. You wake up one morning and you're in first place. You wake up 2 mornings later and you're out of the playoffs. So, at the end of the day, you just have to keep it in perspective, and you have to just take it and focus one day at a time. Because if you get, too far ahead of yourselves, if you get too far behind yourselves, in terms of dwelling on the past, you have to find solutions if you're not winning and get out of that, which we have to do. But if you get too far ahead of yourself, you get yourself in trouble. It's just it's a everyday game. You got to bring your best every day, and you can't look towards the next day until the current day is over.
I wanted to ask about Brandon Montour and his importance to your roster and the way he's playing right now for you guys this year.
Yeah, he's playing real well for us. His importance is massive. He's had an injury that he's dealt with. He had a personal leave of absence. He's come back strong. He leads our back end. Him and Vince Dunn lead our back end in terms of offense and pushing the pace and pushing the puck up the ice. So I think he's done a real good job for us.
He touches a lot of the bases for you guys. Like, he plays in a lot of situations. I guess how important is a guy? Whatever situation is, you can look at him and just throw him over the boards.
Well, you got to love that, right? And, we've even, at this point here, our penalty killing has been struggling. We've, started to incorporate him a little bit more on the penalty kill as well. So he's a big piece of our puzzle.
Yeah, he's been talked about perhaps being an option for Canada at the Olympics. Yeah. Can you see that? Would be a good fit for that team?
Yeah, he moves the puck well. He joins the rush well. He can move. He can skate, which is going to be critical in that in that environment, in that tournament. He went to the orientation camp in the summer, and it was well deserved. And I think that he should be in the mix for consideration.
With your team, how important is it to have everyone contributing? It looks like you have a pretty balanced lineup, but you need pretty much everyone going, like all 4 lines going. You don't have the top end guys that some other teams may rely heavily on.
Yeah, no, we need everybody, in order for us to be able to have success, and it's demanding to have to do that every night, but that's just the way we're built, and that's the way we have to do it.
Any other lineup changes from last game?
We'll see. There's a couple of guys, a couple of question marks here. Marchman is not on the trip, so there's your lineup change right there.
Thanks, Lane.
Okay. Yep.